If you are looking for somewhere to escape any Brexit-related madness, you've come to the right place, because today I am here with my June book haul. I have done quite well in not buying loads of books, and I am currently reading one of the books in this book haul. Obviously I'll talk about that when I get to it. So yeah, they do all have a kind of similar theme. They are mostly kind of light, fluffy, chick litty type books, and I don't know if that's just because of the season and that's what my mind kind of is in the mood for, but it hasn't really felt that summery here, so it wouldn't really make sense that that's the case. But I don't know, maybe it's just a new genre that I'm starting to venture into and realizing that I love. So anyway, I'm gonna get right on into it. The first one you guys will have already seen because it was in my Nerdy Bookworm box unboxing video. I will leave a link to that video down below, and that is this Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I did read the blurb of it in that video, so if you guys are interested in what it's about, then have a watch of that video. It is a new YA fantasy. It's the first in a new series. I don't know exactly when I'm going to get to it. I'm going to try and get to it next month because V.E. Schwab is going to be at YALC, the Young Adult Literature Convention I'm going to at the end of next month. So it would be nice to get it read by then, but I don't know if I will. But I will try my hardest. Absolutely beautiful, plain, but really, really powerful and emotive cover. So yeah, we will see when I get to that. The next one is the book that I'm currently reading, and I did mention it in my last Friday Reads video as well, so I still haven't finished it, but I am hoping to finish it before my wrap up, which will be my next video, and that is Summer Days and Summer Nights. This is a book of 12 summer YA romances edited by Stephanie Perkins. So in this we've got stories from Jennifer E. Smith, John Scovron, Veronica Roth, Stephanie Perkins, Nina LaCour, Lev Grossman, Tim Fedele, Brandy Colbert, Cassandra Clare, Libba Bray, Francesca Leah Block, and Lee Bardugo. So I have read quite a few of these already. I will be talking about it more in my wrap up, obviously, but it's an absolutely stunning book. You see the spine there, and it's got the spray painted yellow edges. Just gorgeous. Absolutely love it. So yeah. The next two books I actually got from my grandma, and I don't go to visit my grandma very often. It's literally every couple of months, 2 or 3 months, I actually see her. But every time I go, she always has bags and bags of used books that she gets from charity shops. And she always says to me, go and have a look and take anything that you think you might like. So I did take 2 books from that, and they are all kind of like, obviously kind of romance, and some of them are kind of historical romance as well. So the first one I took is Katie Ford, The Rose Revived. I did read the first chapter of this before I took it home with me, and from what I gathered, it's about a woman who goes to work as a cleaner for an agency and for a particular man, and I think she makes some friends amongst the other cleaners, and they each have dreams to go out into the world and make something of themselves beyond cleaning. That's what I made of it. It sounds really quirky. I think the main character, she lives on a barge or something like that, so it sounds quite quirky and quite fun. So I don't know when I'm going to finish it. I have read the first chapter, as I said, but I don't know when I'm going to finish it. But it sounds really cool and light and fluffy, so yeah. The next one is a kind of historical type romance, and it's really not something that's anything like I've read before, but something about it just made me want to bring it home with me. So that is called The On a Wicked Dawn by Stephanie Lawrence, and I will read you the back because I think that's probably the best way that I could describe what it's about. Marrying you will be entirely my pleasure. Amelia Sinster hears these words from handsome, enigmatic Lucian Asford, 6th Viscount Calverton, and is stunned. It's near dawn and she's risked scandal by lying in wait for him just outside his London house, but he agrees to her outrageous marriage proposal just prior to falling unconscious at her feet. Amelia is torn between astounded relief and indignant affront, then decides she doesn't care. She's always loved him, no other man will do for her, and she's tired of waiting. But matters of the heart are never that simple. The first hitch in Amelia's plans comes when Luke refuses to agree to a hasty wedding, but insists on properly wooing her, in public and in private. Soon she longs for those moments away from the watchful gaze of the ton, in which she can learn all about the seduction from a master. But unknown to Amelia, Luke has a very good reason for pursuing her. It seems every wicked gentleman has his price. So, I don't know, something about it intrigued me, so I brought it home. What can you do? this is me trying to also restrict my book acquirement, and yet I'm bringing books home just because something is telling me to bring them home. I don't know. No idea. Anyway, the next one I got in a charity shop, and that is Along for the Ride by Sarah Dessen. I did read a Sarah Dessen book this month, not this one. I read The Truth About Forever this month, which obviously I will talk about in my wrap up, but I did really enjoy it. And I saw this one and I thought, the cover matches my edition of The Truth About Forever, and it's really cute. So it's got the dress made up of all the, I guess, things to do with the story. I think this is about a girl who is really, really shy following her parents' divorce, and then she goes away to live with her dad, I think, and she kind of realises that being shy probably isn't like the best way to be. She needs to get out there and live, and, you know, not make life all about studying and all that. She needs to live as a teenager and have fun and all that. And I think obviously she meets a boy, kind of typical, you know, YA summer contemporary romance. So yeah. The next one I actually got in the Waterstones bargain section, and I was really happy to see it there. It's a nice little quirky, relatively recently released middle grade book, and it's called Jessica's Ghost by Andrew Norris. It's a little tiny hardback, as you can see, but it was on sale. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to pick that up because I had seen it around. I think it came out last year maybe, or maybe the year before. But it's just plain black, and you see it's got the silver writing on the spine. And it's about a little boy and his imaginary friend Jessica, who is a ghost. And I don't know if it's dual perspective or not, but I think obviously the little boy he's quite a lonely child, and he has Jessica as his imaginary friend, and Jessica is the only friend he's ever had, but also vice versa, he's the only friend that Jessica has ever had because he's the only person that's ever been able to see her. So yeah, it sounds really cute, obviously, and it might be quite a quick read as well, because as I said, I think it's a middle grade, maybe even slightly younger than that, I'm not sure. I think it might be middle grade. So yeah, we will see what I think of it when I get to it. So yeah. The next couple I got when on Saturday, today's Monday, on Saturday just gone, I was very, very lucky to be able to go and see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child in Leicester Square at the Palace Theatre. Guys, it's absolutely incredible. I can't say too much about it because the shows that I saw, because there's two shows, parts 1 and part 2, and they're both like full-length theatre productions. So it was the entire day of Saturday. The first one started at 2 o'clock and the second one started at 7:30. So I was there the entire day, but it was a preview, and all of the shows that they're running in June are previews. And the show doesn't actually open officially to everybody until the 30th of July, so it's still a little while away, but it was absolutely incredible. It's honestly the best piece of theatre I think I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of theatre, so that is actually really saying something. If you guys are Harry Potter fans in any way, and you just feel like you need a little bit more new Harry Potter material, thoroughly recommend that you do everything that you can to get to London and see it. At the moment they think it's going to run until end of July next year, 2017, but I think it's probably going to run a little bit longer than that. It might possibly be like here for years and years and years, which would be awesome, because obviously that means that more and more people from all over the world can come down to London and see it. It is only in London, then I don't think they have any plans to tour it or anything, so you will have to come here to see it. But honestly, I thoroughly recommend it. And because I saw a preview, I can't actually say too much about it, which is really annoying. But apparently a spoiler-free review would be okay. So I may do a review of it on my blog at some point and post it up. But anyway, yeah, during that day, I obviously had a little bit of time before and between the shows, and it's in an area at Leicester Square where there are a lot of awesome bookshops. So I did the natural thing and I bought some books. I only got 2, so I was really good and really restrained. So the first one I got is a book that I saw around probably beginning of this year on various people's channels. They were getting arcs of it, and that is Kill the Boy Band by Goldie Moldavsky. I think this is about a group of fangirls for a boy band where all of the members are called Rupert, which sounds really weird and funny in itself, but they go a little bit fangirl crazy and they take things to the extremes, and I'm guessing from the title things get a little bit violent and scary. It sounds like my sort of thing. I love things like that, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And the next one I got was it sounded really interesting, and it's called Devotion by Ros Barber, and it's about a world where religious belief is considered a mental illness, which just sounds such a unique concept. And I think it's about a girl who is a mute, and it has become a mute since she was accused of a religiously motivated crime or action or something like that. And her psychologist is also dealing with his own demons and things like that. But just the concept of that world just sounds incredible. It's obviously set in the future. I think there's something about it's after the death, so many years after the death of Richard Dawkins, and it just sounded amazing. So yeah, I hope I will get to it relatively soon, because I would like to do a review of this. I've not seen it around, so I feel like a review of it would be an original review, so that would be really awesome. The next two I got, to be honest, I didn't really need to buy them, but I kind of felt an irresistible urge to buy them. Basically, Zoella, the very popular YouTuber, has put out a book club, and she's chosen 8 titles for this book club, and they're selling them in WH Smith's, which is a store that we have here. And of the 8 titles, I have read 6 of them. So naturally, I just had to pick up the other 2 because I just felt that something was missing if I didn't. So the 2 that I haven't already read are The Potion Diaries by Amy Erwood, and I think this is a YA fantasy that came out last year, and I think it's about a princess who takes a love potion accidentally. It's supposed to be for her lover, but she takes it herself and falls in love with her own reflection, and as a result of this, the kingdom have asked for people to come and help cure her. And then a girl who comes from a family of alchemists decides that she knows what the cure is, or something like that. It sounds really funny and quirky, and Sarah J Maas says they're inventive, romantic and downright delightful. Anything that Sarah J Maas blurbs or praises at all, I'm probably gonna like, so yeah. And the other one of Zoella Book Club books that I didn't have is Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher. I do have another Giovanna Fletcher book, the one that You're the One That I Want. And I do actually have another one coming up in this haul. But I think this is about a girl who has to give up her dreams of going to uni and travelling the world to work in her parents' tea shop to obviously earn money and help the family. And then she meets a gorgeous actor called Billy, and she starts a relationship with him, and obviously her life changes because she is now dating a successful, famous actor, and she has to deal with all of the things that come with that, paparazzi, being in the public eye and all that. Sounds very reminiscent, and probably there's a lot of real life influence from Giovanna Fletcher's life, because obviously she is married to Tom Fletcher of McFly, so I think this is going to be quite cool. The next one is related to Billy and Me because I think it's a companion novel. This is Giovanna Fletcher's new book called Always with Love, and it is the same characters, so I think it's just a continuation. I think this one is set in LA, so I guess it's the main character of, I don't actually know her name. What's her name? Sophie. Her name is Sophie. So she goes to LA and meets Billy's family, and I guess like that. I don't know if it is, oh, it is a sequel. It says the charming sequel to Billy and Me, so there you go. I will try and read some Giovanna Fletcher this month or next month, because they are kind of light, fluffy, chick-litty, summery reads. So yeah, they are appropriate for the season. The next one I have is another chick-litty book, and that is Paige Toon's The One We Fell in Love With. And I think this is about 3 women who are in love with the same man. And that's pretty much all I know. I want to go into it blind because it sounds really fun. I have heard really cute, really good praise for Paige Toon as well, so, and I've never read one of her books, but I know she's quite popular in this genre of literature, so yeah, we will see what I think. The next one is another contemporary, but it's a YA contemporary, and that is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I've not read a Morgan Matson book, but I've heard amazing things about her. I think this is about a girl who is a dog walker. You can see all the dogs there, and there's a cute little pug on the back. She's a dog walker, and she has everything kind of planned out in her life when she's going to do it, and she's very methodical. She's just like that as a person, but then she kind of realizes that this kind of way of living and thinking doesn't really factor in any room for fun or, you know, living out and having an awesome summer as a teenager. So yeah, it sounds like a cool read. It's actually quite thick, so I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it, but I will try my best. So yeah. And the last one I have is a very, very popular book. The film has recently come out, and I thought, well, do you know what? I've just got to read it now because I've heard such good things about it, and that is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. As far as I know, it's about a girl who goes to work for a family who have a disabled adult son. He is in a car accident, and she goes to work for him as his carer, and I imagine they start a relationship, and apparently it's heartbreaking. So because I know that it's heartbreaking, I am expecting death at the end. But yeah, I have managed to avoid spoilers for it and all that, so I've been quite lucky in that respect. But I am looking forward to reading it because I've heard nothing but good reviews, so yeah, we will see. And that is all I have for you for this June book haul. What books did you guys get this month? What are you up to this week? Please let me know. I will leave all my social media down below as normal. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.